These are my past captain. My past captain. All these are captain. I think we are in Jersey. Yeah, we're in Jersey. I used to get man of the match like it. I have about 17.
Are we on?
We've been on for long. You guys just...
This was my wife. That's my house. 3 years before.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Botswana Cricket Association main oval. This is match day number 4. It is Malawi locking horns with Tanzania. Malawi not able to win the toss. It is the Tanzanians that won the toss, and they said they will have a bat. This is the International Cricket Council Under 19 Women's 2020 World Cup Africa Qualifier. Good morning, everyone watching us from every part of the world, every corner and every sphere. We believe we are even on other planets, but it's Dumela from Habarone. In the comms box to start things up, I have got the legendary cricketer from Antigua Bata, playing for Botswana for many years, with so many accolades, celebrated and loved in equal measure. James Moses, how are you?
Good morning, Innocent. It's a nice, breezy, lovely morning at Oval 1. I'm sure we're in for a treat today. On the card today, Tanzania versus Malawi. Innocent, Malawi hasn't been doing too well in the tournament, but I hope they can get some respectability today.
You can hear that loud and clear from them. The fine voice on and off the park from the substitutes and from those on the park. They want to get the business started in earnest. They've been bowling very well. Their batting has let them down, but they got off to a flyer, beating Mozambique in their first ever match. There were emotions spilling all over, tears of joy. The captain there, Suneni Kanaji, taking the Woman of Match award with 4 for 11 in 4, including 1 maiden. It was an unbelievable sight for her. But here we're right underway with the first ball, and it's a dot ball. So of the 120 balls to be bowled, 1 is a dot ball, and it's the first one. It gives you the momentum to keep going.
Yes, Innocent. We are praying today that Malawi put up a fight against Tanzania. Tanzania have been clean cut since the whole of the tournament. Haven't lost a game yet, and they performed very well. I think basically they're the dark horse in the tournament.
She goes high up in the air. Who wants it? It is taken. That's a beauty. The danger woman is gone up front. Tanzania strike. Wicket down. Kimaro. Jennifer Gabriel Kimaro. It's Malawi that are striking up front. They wanted a wicket early on. That catch was there for the taking. Nobody called, but the bowler committing herself, stuck her hands up there in the wilderness, and well, she got an apple in the desert. 1 wicket done, no runs on the board. Jennifer Gabriel Kimaro was looking to go over the top early on. Leading edge
Yeah, is it game on? Is it game on? So far in the tournament, Tanzania hasn't been threatened. We hope for them today that Malawi can give them a fight today. The last few games, how do you think the last few games went? Innocent. Yesterday was a treat for us to watch. Namibia and Mozambique. Namibia, status quo, did what they have to do yesterday quite easily. Mozambique didn't do too well. In fact, Mozambique top score yesterday was extras. I hope today that we have a cheated game today with Tanzania versus Malawi. Now second bowling to
Kibwana walking in to join Mwanavua Hamisi Ushanga. That's the first runs coming on the board for Tanzania. They come in extras. Chingaipe bowling, Katrina Maliamu.
Here, Gabriel out for the first ball of the day. And now we are Rima. Stick with the first.
That's a good line from Katrina. Katrina Maliamu Chingaipe. Those are coastal names, half Asian, half Islamic, and some Christian. In Tanzania, they got all the regions going hard. They have believers, and the Tanzanians will be believing that losing the wicket of the first ball should deter them in getting another victory here. She's bowling a tidy line up front.
Yeah, I can see that, Innocent. Tanzania won the toss. I did not know if they got some insight, but they decided to bat first. Usually you don't bat first in the morning at the Oval One. Usually you try to rather have a bowl first because the conditions usually suits the bowlers. After the few hours, I don't think you get much from the wickets here.
Another one, chance to run, they take through a single. They've been fielding very well, Malawi. This breeze, I've heard of the storylines coming through my chat with my mate, Mr. Karabo Mutlanka, telling me James Moses was a terror in the breeze, morning breeze, terrorizing the opposition batsmen whenever Botswana won the toss and stuck them in.
Yes, since it's just knowing your surroundings. This is home for me. I know every inch, every condition. With Oval One. I've been playing here for over 20 years.
And there will be a change in the attack. Bowling from what I love to call the university end is the captain, Sungeni Kanaji. Woman of the match in their first ever historic win at this event.
Yes, Malawi's on their toes now. Tanzania seems to be still feeling things out after the first wicket. Trying to get the composure here, Innocent. I don't know if they have shocked, but Tanzania usually be after a very fast start. But let's see what happened.
Right in the middle. I love the lines that Malawi are bowling. You would think they've had 2 days rest, yet they only played last evening.
Yes, Innocent. Malawi will probably think that they are underdog here, but they're going to show fight anyway, because Tanzania hasn't lost yet in the series.
Asking all the big questions there to Rima Kibwana and Monavua Hamisi Ushanga. Scoreboard is not what the Tanzanian make that 3 because 2 of those runs are extras.
Innocent, a couple of seconds ago you were giving me some history of the language of Africa. It seems like you're very versed in several different languages, Innocent.
Certainly, yes. You come to East Africa and the language all the countries do share there is Swahili. What a good throw from the field and an interesting field set first. First things first, tell us about this field setting, Mr. James Moses.
Yeah, I think to the right-hander batsman, well, it seems like the field was set for basically straight balls. You had 5 on the leg side, surprisingly, and 4 on the offside. But now there's a left-hander. It seems like it's still going to be the same way, but now it's a difference in sense of we have 6 fielders on the offside and 3 on the leg. I assume they're going to be hitting the outside line, hoping the bowler can keep that consistently.
In the air, no one to catch that, and they scramble through for a quick one. All they do is runs Ushanga, the left-hander, getting off the mark from the first ball she faces.
Yes, Innocent. Back to the right-hander now. As I said, it seems like to have a strong leg side feel.
The captain straying away from her usual line there. She doesn't give away too many in extras.
Yeah, they can't afford to do that against a strong team like Tanzania.
And
Tanzania seems to be one of the top teams in the tournament. So Malawi has to be careful.
That's good fielding. You can see that Malawi do wear their hats on their sleeves. They put their bodies on the line. And that is the end of over number 2. The score is 7-1.
Yes,
Yesterday was a very hot day, James. I could hardly breathe. I didn't even have my dinner from the grounds. I tucked into bed immediately with no shower, I must confess.
Well,
Only woke up at 4 a.m.
I must say, welcome to Haberoni.
And today is feeling very cold. It's a breeze out here. Has me putting on my sweater for the first time. That is cut very hard. Look at the effort in the field. The diving effort from the boundary rider there. Restricting it to 2, and the hand clubs come from all over the park, including the dugout, where the coach is watching with intent.
Yeah, Malawi seems to be up for the fight today. Sometimes depends on the opponent. You raise your game, and Malawi seems to be doing that against Tanzania this morning.
That is one in the middle. Umpire standing in today, Mr. Justin Muzungu, the local boy from Botswana, and Patrick Makumbi Musoke, all the way from Uganda. Uganda is well represented in the match they're not playing. One in the comms box, one in the field they are standing.
Is that where the odds is? Innocent?
Chance to run here. This will be two. Certainly, yes. Look at that electric throw from the boundary. Good stuff happening here in Malawi, and for a storyline where the captain Sungeni Kanaji did confess that many of them didn't know how to hold the bat just 2 months ago. They only learned to bowl because they were picked from the tennis club, and they need to keep rubbing their arms around their ears to keep the ball straight. It tells a lot of how committed these Malawians are.
Yes, hey, the awareness for women's cricket in Africa is growing. And it's also very excited. From a man's point of view, it's nice to see your sisters doing something else besides watching TV.
You can see again there Febe Malefula with the athletic back up, spraying all her hands out on the park with a diving effort after the keeper missed the ball.
It seems like Malawi had a strategy here. Seems like they already fought out their game plan, because for the right-hander batsman they are bowling to a dominant leg side field, and for the left-hander batsman they're bowling to a dominant offside field.
They keep fighting Malawi. They're not here to make numbers, they're here to compete. That is the first boundary coming through for unfortunate. It's Ushwanga Mwanavua Hamisi, the left-hander. She does play for the senior Tanzanian side. The captain went fast ball. Jennifer Gabriel hit high up in the air. Who wants it? This is gonna be taken. Wicket number 2. It is the keeper Masi Kudiba who takes a beautiful catch. Mwanamvua Ushanga, senior stateswoman, because she plays for the senior women's team, got a full toss. She could only hit it high up in the air. It had the height, but certainly not the distance. Wicket number 2 goes in the power play.
Well, I don't want to believe that Tanzania is thinking about something else different than what they need to do here today. Malawi seems to be on target. We'll have a good look at the Tanzanian dugout and see what the game plan is now. Is it in place to try to recover? Or maybe they're going to try to go along, trying to execute in the power play today, Minzi.
Hussein Deo Sawumu walks into bat at number 4 for Tanzania. They find themselves in a spot of bother. 16 for 2 in 3 overs. Not what the doctor ordered for this morning.
That is cricket for you.
And when you try to mock mother cricket, it does punish you. Tanzania came out here with a bullish attitude, trying to be overzealous. That is cut powerfully hard, but there is a cover in the deep. They want to, and they'll get to on the rider. Could say saving a couple of runs there.
Yeah, definitely. In a sense, it seems like Malawi have done their homework against Tanzania, according to the field set. They only had 1 boundary in the first 3 overs, so I think Malawi is on target today.
Wides will hurt Malawi. You look at the Tanzanian dugout, they still look unfazed. Normalcy must prevail in that heart.
Yeah, the Tanzanian team is a pretty composed team. I've played against the coach for a few years, and he's a very composed individual himself. So I think his character, hold on to the Tanzanian, ladies, that should help. Tanzania team is a bit more experienced from the ladies' point of view. Malawi is still in the learning process. As you said, most of these players have only held the bat for the last 3 months now.
And you look at Tanzania. Chance for a run out. Oh no. She is guilty of not being able to pick up the ball at the first time of asking. That is Febe Malefula. Shot number 20 in the covers. She's scratching around for coins instead of pocketing the real hard cash.
Is it this that Tanzania is under a little bit of pressure, so it's causing some chaos there?
And you can hear the noise. This is a vociferous pack of Malawi fielders. Swung across the line. No fruits for that. Very high risk shot for no returns. It's ill-advised, James.
Yeah, it seems like a little bit of panic here. Like they don't know how to compose themselves. Tanzania should just look to
right in the middle. They look like they want to set off for a quick single, but it is scary and very scary moment for them if they do set off and don't make it, because they will be 3 down and they desist from the temptation. Kibwana and Hussein, they are in the middle to fight.
As I was about to say, Tanzania need to try to build a partnership here.
Hit very hard, poor communication. The non-striker was setting off. The striker of the ball was ball watching. That is the end of over number 4. The score is 21-2. 2 overs left in the power play. Tanzania have been riding at 10-11 per over in their previous matches. They find themselves shooting below par, below radar in this particular one. What do you think is their plan now, Mr. James Moses?
Well, first they have to show some character. As I said, you have to try to build a partnership here. Just time to try to stem the flow of wickets. How well will they do that? I guess we have to wait and see. Malawi seems to be on target. As you can see now, they're making a few field changes according to the batsman. Let's see if this ball is outside the off stump for the right-hander now.
Swung hard at it. No connection whatsoever from Kibwana. Chingaipe Katrina Maliamu bowling very well there, asking the hard questions. But Tanzania know if they lead this group, they will be playing another favorite in Namibia, because Namibia was shocked by Uganda on match day 1. Uganda find themselves atop that group. The qualifiers from that group are well sorted.
Yeah, we all were shocked. We all were shocked. Knowing the standard of Namibian cricket, we are going to know that Namibia is one of the teams that is top of the pile. And Uganda really hit them by surprise in the first game. But Namibia came back. They crushed Botswana. And yesterday, they crushed Mozambique also yesterday. So I think they're back in the winning column and hoping to move forward in the series.
Getting the high score there, 191 in that game against Botswana, and getting 152 in yesterday's game. Hit on the leg side. These will be back-to-back boundaries, I reckon. And yes, they are. It has the legs to cross the boundary. First one was a wide 5. Now they get a boundary. The wide 5. The keeper was guilty. Febe Malefula fielding at a third man, short third man, having no kind words for the keeper, Mercy Kundi, but asking her to use her pads to stop the ball. And now the bowler, Katrina, straying off, too short, wide outside that invisible 4th stump on the leg side, and she's muscled her way to the leg side boundary.
She has to keep it together. She's getting a little bit excited now.
Cut very hard. Was it running all the way? Yes. 3 boundaries in the over. Have the Tanzanian dugout clapping. They know they are coming back to the required rate that they do deserve to be cruising at.
Yeah, Tanzania just getting their composure together and making use of the loose balls. Malawi seems to be straying a bit, bowling a bit short down the leg side. They need to get their composure back, Innocent.
Because another delivery that goes wide. And what they've done, I noticed that what they do, Malawi, since they're just learning the game, they don't try to think too much. The bowlers go through their quarter of overs. There's no breaks.
Oh. Well, all these ladies there is a learning process for them. Maybe that's their structure for now. Make it simple. Go through your quota of overs and then take it from there.
Coaches are worried that if the bowlers take a rest, their arms will warm down a bit, and then coming back to bowl will be a little tough.
No, they're young ladies. I think they're strong enough and have the energy to go through. As well as, the young cricketers these days, the fitness levels is much better than the old cricketers in the olden days.
Certainly, yes, with the advent of technology, TV, analysts, the game has been zeroed down. The talk of the underdog is diminishing by the day because of the technology and the use of gizmos to figure out what Moses does when he bats. Where does he hit? Where does he bowl his first quarter of overs? What does he do in the death overs? So the advantage is being neutralized. That's why teams like Zimbabwe can beat Australia now. More wides to the total. There've been many of these.
Yeah, that is the talk of this tournament. Extras. That's a discipline in the game that if you don't do the basics right, Innocent, you will succumb.
Hit very hard in the gap. The boundary rider does a good job going for the long barrier to stop that one. And that is the end of over number 5. The score is 37 for 2. 3 boundaries in that over, helping them come up to terms with the required scoring rate in a power play. But James Moses, I tell you, of the 37 runs scored, a third of them are extras. 12 extras out of the 37 runs.
Well, that is not good from the Malawi point. But then again, they've been put under some pressure with a fury of boundaries. But Malawi just need to get it together. Maybe someone from the dugout could just send a message and tell them, no, guys, get back to what you were doing early on that got you those 2 wickets.
Last over of the power play coming through. Does it matter how many they need? Oh, this is women's cricket. They don't do power plays. They play ball per ball.
No, it's power play. I don't know during the process if they forgot that, but power plays is very important.
Sungeni Kanaji, the captain herself, to continue bowling from the university end. Wides will be welcomed. Not just a dozen now, but they are 13 from a total of 38.
Yeah, Malawi need to get it together now.
More than a third now.
Yeah, these extras are not going to help them down the road.
More wides to the total. Make that 14. It's not looking good.
Top score for Tanzania so far are the extras.
Captain Fantastic not leading from the front.
It's another wide again.
15 to the total.
From a score of
40. That's a super ball from her. After 3 wides, she gets 1 straight.
Yeah, that was a good comeback from the bowler.
Another one on the pads, could have been wide, but she got a faint bat onto it. And I can tell you something. Saumu Deo Hussein has been there for 3.5 overs. She's not yet faced a ball. She will be facing for the first time.
Oh, it's always good to bowl at the new batsman. But if there is a reversal of fortune here.
Hit powerfully to not be 4 because the 3 girls running at it. The throw is good, but the indication is a no ball. There will be a free hit, the first one in the match.
Malawi is not making things easy for themselves here. All the extras, and another one to the trolley. And then now there's a free hit.
Free hit, hit arm in the air. It will be taken but should not be dismissed. They celebrate the free hit catch, but you can forgive them. They're learning the ropes of the game. Cricket is never easy to learn. You keep learning something new. The rules are too many. Is it so?
Not only the rules, just the way cricket was made. The concentration level, the discipline level, the opponents. Cricket is one of the best sport ever.
More wides there. There have been many this over. And I can tell you, Tanzania don't have much to do. They are thriving off the extras. Yes. 16 extras in the match.
After losing their first quick wicket, I do not understand why Malawi just don't slow down a bit. Sometimes you have to slow the game down a bit. I know it's a T20 game. Slow it. Someone to just go and speak to the bowler a little bit. Let us slow things down and get things back on track.
Five extras in the match. Sungeni Kanaji's third over has been 2 in 1 thus far. Guys, that one, there's a little protection Could have been wide if the batsman didn't play. .48 for 2. .4 overs played. Tanzania have been helped by the extras, I insist. They could have been in a spot of bother at 20 for 2 in 6 overs. Umpire doesn't call it wide. Looks like there was a brush of the leg pad. One match today in the morning. We're happy we have the happy family of commentators all in one heart. And here's Sungeni Kanaji. She wraps things up with the dot ball.
Yeah, there was a very interesting over here from Malawi. I think the bowler total of 13 balls, 2 overs or more.
And that is the end of the power play. It is 48 for 2. There will be a change in the commentary. All the way from Zimbabwe, from Bulawayo, the Queen from Bulawayo, Tando Mulilo, and John Mokokwe will be in the comms box for the next segment.
Good morning, Tando.
Good morning, John. How are you this lovely morning?
Lovely. I'm enjoying the weather. Good breeze here at the Gaborone Cricket Club. BCA Oval. One clash here between Tanzania and Malawi. Malawi going very, very well here.
Yeah, they are fighting quite well, but now the problem is the extras. Too many extras. I feel they've bowled so far in the first power play.
Sonia Munya here from the generator end. Top-notch bowling here. Extras continue to pile here. Truly not ideal from a Malawi point of view.
Already 18 extras being bowled by Malawi in the first 6 overs of power play. Umpire signals another wide again. Malawi bowlers seem to be losing their line, hey John?
Yeah, considering as well that how strong this batting lineup is for Tanzania, you really don't want to give them any edge. Top-notch shot there.
It runs all the way to the boundary, bringing the score to 52 for 2. Sorry, 54 for 2. That brings the 50 run up for Tanzania just after 6 point something overs. Good run rate there. As you see, the Tanzanian batters taking a single there down to third in a short third. Quick single taken there by the Tanzanian batters. An overthrow and is well picked up.
Top-notch call there by Kibwana, calling Hussein through for a single.
Kibwana seems to be batting quite well. 27 of 32 so far. And that wraps up the over of number 7. The score is 56 for 2.
Another disadvantage for Malawi with the extras is that they are a very seam dominant team. So it's not like they can catch up the overs and stuff like that later on with the spinners. So they'll always be under pressure from a time and over rate point of view. So you want to concede as little extras as possible, considering that you do not have slower bowlers.
No, actually, this is their third proper game for them, Malawi.
Stella Charles from the duck pond end.
White ball signaled by the umpire there. So as I was saying, John, earlier on, this is their third actual cricket game, Malawi.
Wow.
Another white signal there by the umpire. But I feel they're improving by each game they've played, yeah.
Yeah, with the breeze going from our right to left, it also, there will be a bit more swing than normal. Hence the bowler is struggling a little bit with it here.
Another wide signal by the umpire. Well bowled there by Stella Charles.
Top delivery.
I think with this win, they should try pitching it between Migley and off. What do you think?
That would definitely be the ideal line.
Better ball.
Top-notch delivery. One of the other things they could do is possibly hold the ball across the seam, so that there's less swing on it.
But considering that this is their third actual game, I don't think they know.
Yeah, they'll get better with time.
Another single taken there by Tanzania, bringing the score to 61 for 2. Malawi started quite well in these innings, taking the first 2 wickets of the Tanzanian top batters.
One to the deep there for Kibwana. Yeah, there was a lot of pressure on in the morning by Malawi being applied in that power play. Unfortunately, releasing it there with a few extras and a couple of boundaries, a couple of short balls. But they seem to be back on track. Oof. Stella Charles really struggling here with the breeze.
So this is one of the last game in the group stages.
Chance there in the deep. Hussein trying to go big. She gets 2 from deep mid-wicket. You'll note from that particular shot that Tanzania are a batting lineup that really wants to hit boundaries.
But then now with the wind, the ball is being held in the air. So I don't think for now it's a good idea to be hitting over, trying to hit over and hitting in the air.
Yeah. That's the end of the over. Tanzania 65 for 2.
After 8 overs.
Their patience is it wears thin after a few deliveries. They want to hit boundaries. They're not really a side like Rwanda that wants to take on singles and put you under pressure. They want to hit boundaries.
I think it would be better if they're hitting those boundaries, playing them on the ground.
I think it's the makeup of their side, really. They feel like it's what best suits them to attack and go over the top. And yeah, each to his own. Malawi would want to deny them as little boundaries as possible. Make sure that they keep it thin and apply pressure that way. Oof. Extras racking up here for Malawi.
And you see every team in the tournament, extras seems to be top scoring in most of the team's innings. So if Malawi loses today, they are going home.
Top shot there by Kibwana. Pull shot down to fine leg for 4 runs.
Bringing the score to 71 for 2.
Cut shot there by Kibwana, 4 runs. Top shot there by the lady.
Bringing the score to 75 for 2.
That's one of the problems for the captain here. The bowlers are being hit on both sides of the wicket, really, making it difficult to set a field and apply any sort of pressure on the batters.
I think now what the captain needs to do is to rotate her bowlers. Maybe one of them might strike, you never know.
Good cricket there by Kibwana. Calling him through for 1. I agree with you there, Tando, on that note. But you look at it as these young ladies are still learning. Typically, they tend to go through the process and let their bowlers bowl their spells out. They don't change them in between and so forth. So each bowler that comes on bowls their full set of 4 overs, regardless of how they're bowling. That's something that they will learn and get better with in time, to give a bowler a break from now and then.
Exactly. So just drifting away from this game, talking about the Botswana men's team, I understand they'll be going to a tournament sometime next week. Do we have any news on what's happening in terms of men's cricket here in Botswana, since you are a local? Come on, John, you should have something for us. Just little information on what's going on, their preparations going into the tournament and all.
Single there for saying end of the over.
That brings the score to 77 for 2 after 9.
Thank you for catching me off guard there, Tandra. No, but it's good. I think I don't have much information, but in the sense that I have been a bit busy myself, assisting with the young ladies and so forth. The squad has been announced. I do not know the full makeup of the side. I've met a couple of the lads who've been selected and wished them well for the tournament. My heart is always with them. I bleed blue. So I wish them all the best. I'm sure they're going to do well in this upcoming tournament. Bowling changer from the duck pond end. Sophia Chinawa coming on.
So yesterday we saw Botswana losing to Uganda and being out of this tournament. So what's next for the ladies?
One to deep, square leg. Yeah, unfortunately they crashed out. We're highly proud of them for winning a game and for participating. We're excited to keep working. Majority of the squad will still be around for the next Under-19 World Cup, excluding about 2 from the squad. So we are very, very excited. We're going to build for that. Run out chance. Oh, ooh,
The
very tight
means
single
to run
there.
out there.
Ooh, very tight single there. Kibwana lucky to get in there. So yeah, we're working towards the next Under-19 World Cup where we believe we will have the entire squad, apart from 2 and a few additional ladies as well that didn't make this current squad. So we're excited. We're glad they got to get a bit of taste of international cricket, and we feel that they've caught the bug and they're excited and they're hungry to do well for their country. And I can promise you one thing: they're going to come back stronger, fitter, and wiser as well.
True.
One of the advantages as well is that we do have countries such as yourselves, being Zimbabwe, and South Africa being our neighbors, so we can always tap into those expertise and build up these young ladies and so forth, and that's part of the plan as well.
Exactly, because the plan, the key here is to keep them playing, to give them more game time, to improve themselves, to improve their skills as well.
Yeah.
We just wish this different association will try and keep these girls together, playing for a long time. For an example, this Malawi team playing here, I heard the eldest in the team is only 16. And this being their 3rd match, they've shown much improvement. And going forward, I think after a year or 2, they will be improved very much better from this tournament going forward. That brings over number 10. Bowled 82 runs for 2 wickets.
Tanzania going at a rate of 8 here. They'll be looking for a big score in excess of 150 as well, considering there's still 8 wickets in the bag. Yeah, Malawi has so much promise. It's hard to believe that's only their 3rd game, and as the captain said in one of the interviews, post-match interviews, that some of them didn't know how to hold a bat or a ball, and to come here and win a game was very big for them and as a whole.
Exactly.
They're going to come back as a very, very strong side if the associations can keep them together, keep them playing. They're going to be one of the very powerful teams going forward in Africa.
Exactly. I even like the energies they are showing now, even if Tanzania is hitting them all over the park, but they haven't dropped their shoulders.
Yeah. They're a very tight-knit team, very well drilled. You can even tell that even off the park they hang together as well, and that bodes well. So on the field as well, there's such good energy, good vibes. People are shouting from the boundaries as well. Yeah.
I like the bond which they have.
Another cut shot there by Kibwana. Kibwana is very strong through the offside.
Yeah, she is.
Any width, she looks to latch onto it, be it the cut or the cover drive. If it was me, I'd be looking to bowl more of a straighter line to her and deny her that width. She's extremely strong on that offside.
I think the Malawian bowlers, they are failing to do that. I think it goes back to game awareness, more game time. I feel the more they're gonna play more games, the more they will improve in decision makings. And the umpire gives it out, and the LB down the middle there.
Getting the key wicket there of Rahima Kibwana.
Tanzania losing their third wicket. The score is 87 for 3. Kibwana's out. Bowler. Monica. That brings the end of the innings of Kibwana, making 42 runs. She batted very well for Tanzania. Just 8 runs short to making a half century.
Agnes Joseph Kwele coming in. As I was mentioning there about Kibwana, talking about you'd want to bowl straight to her. Well done there by the bowler, straightening that line and getting the LBW. And that's the little awareness where you see where a batter is strong and you want to stay away from that area, really.
Exactly.
Ooh, tight single there, misfield by the fielder. Run out chance was on. Agnes getting off the mark there, first ball. Single there was Saumu Hussein.
Overs bowled. Tanzania 89 for 3. 29 of those are extras. What do you have to say, John? 29 extras. And there are 9 overs left to go. Already 29 extras bowled by Malawi. Whew. That's a lot, hey?
Yeah, they're really not doing themselves any favors here. As a batter, sometimes, you can't complain too much. But I always feel, every extra, that's a run that I have to go out and chase. So I'm never too happy about it. But as I said, sometimes it's about supporting the bowlers, and they're trying their best. It's like dropping a catch. Nobody really tries to go out and drop a catch. They don't do it. It's definitely not intentional. And it's something you work on outside the game. During the match, really, there's not much you can do. But just encourage them and tell them, let's keep trying your best.
Sofina Chinawa continues in a second over. This weather isn't doing this justice.
catch there. Hussein put down at short fine leg. In a knockout game, you want to take every catch that comes your way. In any game for that matter, but truly in a knockout game, you really need to be on your A game, taking those catches, being tight with your bowling.
As they say, catches win matches.
Yeah. Oh, top-notch delivery there by Chinawa. And that's the sort of line I'm talking about. Looking at this Tanzanian team, they're looking for width and short, obviously short length as well, so they can get their pull shots away. You want to be tight on that middle stump. That's the ideal ball there from Chinawa.
They really have to be disciplined now, the Malawian bowlers.
You see another wide ball there, slashed through the covers there, work out in the covers, 4 runs there. Kwele playing a luscious cover drive there. And that's the kind of bowling I was talking about. Any width, really, they're looking to lash and go hard at. So you want to be tight on the stumps to them, because they look at that ball on the stumps as a risky delivery.
They really have to start being disciplined, these Malawian bowlers. And with that boundary, it brings the score to 94 for 3.
Much better delivery, bowling a bit straighter there.
Good pick there from the Malawian fielder, Stella Charles.
Attempted pull shot there by Hussein, giving her 1.
12 overs bowled. The score is 96 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Tanzania will be looking to double their score from here, really. Still 7 wickets in the bag.
What's going on? Where are they? The swing and miss there from the Tanzanian batter.
Calling Hussein through for a single there, wide ball. Full toss there, no ball called by the umpire. Kwele will get an opportunity now to unleash on this free hit. Deepo will want to keep it nice and straight here, really. Well bowled.
So, John, who do you think will win this tournament? Some say Tanzania, others are saying Namibia, others are betting on Uganda.
I'll put myself out there and say that the top 2 teams I've seen this week so far have been Tanzania and Rwanda. Their batsmen are very, very dominant. Their spinners know what they're doing, and obviously Rwanda having that extra pace as well. So I think those 2 teams are the marquee teams that I think will be looking and fighting for a spot based on their performance. I'm not too sure. I can't say who can win between the 2. It'll be a battle of the spin. Whoever plays the spinners well in that game will win. For you, Tando, who's your money on?
I would say Tanzania.
Why Tanzania?
They've played good cricket all round, won all their matches, and I'm sure they will even win this one today. So why not Tanzania?
Yeah, I have a soft spot for Malawi. I wouldn't mind them getting a bit of a victory today. But yeah, simply because of their team spirit and camaraderie and stuff like that. So I do appreciate them as a team. And their skills are not bad at all. Ooh, very good ball there by Ndipo.
We actually appreciate every team in this tournament. The girls have put out a good show.
Yeah, I mean, even teams like Mozambique, for me, I've really enjoyed them.
13 overs ball, the score is 102 for 3. We'll have change of commentary. Karabo and Florence to take over.
Very good morning to our viewers. Very good morning to you, Flo.
Good morning, Karabo. Hope you had a good rest.
Yes, good rest. Good rest. I don't know the meaning of good rest in this cricket game. Another intriguing fixture here. Having watched a bit of Malawi, not much of Tanzania myself, but having seen a bit of Malawi before, I know they're big on effort. They're big on effort and giving their all.
Yeah, right. This is my first time actually as well seeing Tanzania play. I've already seen how Malawi played yesterday. So I'm very eager to see how they're going to redeem themselves from yesterday's loss against Rwanda.
Yes, and just catching on from what John and Tando on about who might be favorites for the tournament. I think it's still quite open. I think we've seen 4 teams that probably stand out among the rest.
Yeah, you're right. And
and she's pulled around her legs. Moving slightly too far to the offside there. Trying to go for that sweep shot. Looking for that vacant deep square leg region. And another wicket here for Malawi.
I'm sure Sofina didn't expect to bowl like that. It must have come as a surprise for her.
Yes, indeed. Another wicket just to help Malawi here try to get a grip of this game. Try to keep Tanzania under the scores, the high scores that we've been seeing coming up in the latter stages of this group round.
Yeah, Malawi was definitely struggling with wickets yesterday against Rwanda, but today they seem to be taking a lot of those, unlike yesterday.
Yeah, we're seeing now Adolfina Sylvester making her way to the batting crease. She might be Tanzania's accelerator, looking to put a mammoth total on the board to really bat Malawi out of this game.
She is in the middle order, so she looks like she's here to play some power hitting.
Sofina sending the first ball down leg, chases on towards the fine leg boundary, 4 runs to Tanzania, and they keep rolling on. Nice ball to get for your first one, isn't that? Short ball down leg side with a vacant fine leg.
It definitely is a good ball to start off your game in the center as you walked in. You're definitely hoping to see a lot of those when you're sitting outside. You know, nothing beats as much as seeing the lollies while you're outside waiting for them, and now you get your chance to do that as well.
Yeah, good comeback there. Good comeback by Sofina. Sophie Wachinawa here trying to get back after getting a wicket, given the loose ball first ball. She's right back on the mark. Another big shout, and she's has another LBW decision. Malawi getting two very quick wickets.
That was nice and straight. I am sure Adolfina did not expect that at all. I mean, getting the first ball of hers outside a leg and sending it for a 4. What a disappointment it is for her.
Yeah, she'll be a bit disappointed with the stroke there. Ball straight on the wickets, but looking to smash it through the leg side. Probably been better served early on in the innings, playing with a straight back down the ground.
And it's definitely tricky when you see a short ball that keeps low. You're already decided what shot you want to play because of the length, but then it keeps low and it really beat her to her game. But in to help Tanzania with the scores is Josephine Shirima, coming in at number 7.
Yes, interesting you talk about the bounce. My belief is actually that we're playing on wicket number 4 on this BCA over 1, and it's a bit of a slower wicket than probably the ones on the left side of the AstroTurf pitch as you look down from this end.
Yeah, it's not really used much, so the ball tends to keep low here.
Right on the mark with the first ball in the air, and it's caught and bowled. Wonderful stuff here from Malawi.
Safina really taking her team forward, keeping the spirits up, getting 2 out of 2. That is amazing, and that would have been her.
Yes, had the over continued, that would have been her on a hat trick, but she'll have to wait a little bit to get that opportunity.
And you know, when you're on fire like this, you wish you could have that one more ball and wrap it up in your own over.
Well, now she has a good 6 balls. It's good 6 balls to think about what delivery she's going to use for her hat trick ball. This is the end of the 14th over, and now Tanzania find themselves in a bit of a tough momentum at 108 for 6. 3 quick wickets falling in the last couple of overs. Agnes Joseph Kwele, joined at the crease by Sonia Chachala Muya. I'm learning tongues here, Florence.
You and me both. I'm sure by the end of this tournament we would have learned a few languages, but not knowing how to put them together.
Certainly. Sonia there facing her first ball, playing it into the offside. Happy to run through for the one, and a direct hit from the Malawians. I think they've done themselves very proud on the field today.
You're right. It was a definitely quick first 10 overs for Tanzania, but now, thanks to Safina, things seem to be slowing down. She's breaking up the partnerships. You know, it's always tricky for the new batsmen. They don't know what to do with the new bowlers they're facing. So Safina definitely did a good job for Malawi.
Yes, indeed. I think Tanzania will do well here to get back to basics a little bit, start keeping things a bit simple, tucking in and trying to make sure they stop the rut of wickets that we're seeing. 1-1-1 on the board, feet up in the air. Oh, that lasted all of 1 ball. Feet back down on the ground. Interestingly set up here. We'll see if Malawi can really take advantage of the momentum now. A couple of wide deliveries. Just killing that momentum just a little bit.
Monica kind of losing her line here. She really needs to get back to basic as well as a bowler and find the right line for her. and hoping to cheer Malawi on as well. And she does find her line finally. A knock to the off stump sends the Tanzanian back home. And this is a very, very good inning for Malawi here. What a nice way to wrap up the remaining 6 overs of the first inning.
Yes, what we're seeing now is new battlers are not settling at the crease. That's why it's important to take wickets, because the batter that's coming in doesn't have the feel of the pitch, doesn't have the feel of the ground, and Malawi are doing well to get them out early before they settle.
You're right about that. With the way Tanzania was going, I was seeing 170 and above on the board, but now Malawi is definitely making a good comeback, and it looks like they're going to be able to restrict them to less than 150. That is if they take more wickets as of now, just like they've been doing.
Yes, Malawi keen to throw a spanner into the works here. Shake up the tournament a little bit. Let's see how it plays out.
With only 3 wickets left in hand for Tanzania, will Malawi be able to get them out before the 20th over?
Yes, 7 wickets down here for Tanzania. This is a test that we haven't seen them put under. It will be interesting to see how they respond. Oh, narrowly missing the stumps there. Looks like Tanzania is still going to go with their attacking approach, regardless of having lost a few wickets.
I have to say, Monica did find her line, and the Tanzanian batsman seems to be struggling with that. So that is very, very great for Malawi. They were quiet in the middle overs, but now the momentum is definitely picking up. You can see how fast they're moving across the pitch. It shows just how intent they are today.
Yes, end of the 15th there, 114 for 7, and we have the hat-trick lady on a big hat-trick ball. It's a big moment for her. Under 19s Women's World Cup qualifiers. New batter on strike.
Will it be the first hat-trick of the tournament?
I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but to be honest, I'd love to see it for the good of the game. That's a chance. This is a hat trick. Oh,
and
misses
she
out.
drops the catch. I have to say, these are the moments that we live not to see, but they do happen from time to time. I am sure she's also a little bit disappointed. If she had just fallen to the ground a little bit further and extending her arms, that could have been a good catch taken and a hat-trick chance for her.
Yes, I could tell the whole ground was just willing her on there. The whole ground was willing her on and just narrowly misses out. Probably just touched her fingertips. Small margins.
I'm a player myself. I would have been stuck in that spot after dropping that ball.
Yeah, I'm sure when she goes back to the hotel today, she'll be asking herself, why didn't I just throw myself? Why didn't I just go?
You can see that Agnes is definitely struggling. Safina really doing quite well. I didn't see much of her yesterday, but today I'm seeing a lot of her. And she's really, really deeming to be a very good attacker for Malawi.
Yes, and the approach from the Tanzanian ladies is still to keep going after the ball. Doesn't seem like they're changing their game plan. The wickets are not stopping what they intend to do with the bat. Swung through the offside there, going to long off, looking for the 2. A non-striker sends her back.
You know, one thing for Malawi, I have to tell you, they don't give up until the last ball is bowled. And you could see before the 12th over, they only had 2 wickets in hand, but now it's 7 wickets. I'm sure Tanzania has been Really painful.
Smashed through the offside, running towards the cover boundary. Valiant effort on the boundary line there, but goes for 4. Very good shot. That brings the end of the spell for Sofina. 4 overs, 3 for 25. I'm sure she'll be happy with her day's work.
You know, after the first 2 games of the tournament, we've been seeing big numbers on the scoreboard there. Most teams might have been a little bit scared because of it was their first time playing, but now they're comfortable enough. They know the pitch, they know the field, which side is faster and which side is a bit slower, and you can see them putting on large numbers on the board here. It's really good to see that.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, yes, being a player myself, anywhere you go, really, you need a chance, especially as a batter, I think, to assess conditions and see what is happening, how the pitches are playing, how the ground goes, is the outfield fast. And after a couple of days, you get to sort of figure that out. And then you start to settle in a bit more and put runs on the board. I don't think that it's out of place for the scores to be getting higher as the competition goes longer. I think it's right in line with what happens in cricket generally.
A little flight there from Monica.
Yes, Agnes Josephine Kwele would be a bit disappointed there that she missed out on that full toss on leg side. Only managed to get a little edge that the keeper manages to stop. So, quick single attempted here. Close, she just misses out. Keeper doesn't collect the ball. And not out given by the umpire. Just a chance missed there by Malawi.
You know, one thing that I've noticed with these young girls, when there's a run-out chance, those direct hits, they don't come. But when the batsman is already in the crease, all of a sudden the direct hits, they keep coming, you know, and that is something that they need to change a little bit. You know, if they could just give it to the keeper straight to the hands, they could be having the 8th wicket in hand, but...
That's true. That can only come with experience of playing, just those nerves and jitters and being able to slow the game down when these things are happening and make sure you're just executing. No ball call by the umpire. Tanzania pushing for 2 again. Throws into the bowler's end and safely in for a comfortable 2. Saumu Azizi warming up for a big swing here. I can see she's stretching out her back, licking her lips at this free hit. And she's received a warning there from the umpire for dangerous bowling. Full toss above the waist high. Oh, and she gets bowled off the free hit.
You know, that was a line that Monica needed to keep, you know.
Yes, that's a brilliant delivery.
If she can repeat that delivery again, maybe it might shock the batsman as well again.
Yes, a brilliant delivery to give. We know with these free hits, a lot of batters looking to the leg side, especially with that big gap at mid-wicket.
Definitely, you're definitely right about that. But you know, with the free hits, most batsmen tend to express themselves more, and they don't really matter much.
Oh, and she's got her. That's twice in 2 balls she's been bowled, but unfortunately for her this time, it's not a free hit. And Malawi get their 8th, they're on a roll.
And I did tell you that if she repeats that ball again, a little shock to the batsman.
Well called, Flo. Well called.
Because that's what I've noticed about her as well. You know, Monica has this a little, I would call a situation where she would repeat 2 balls all over the place on the leg and way too off, but then her 3rd and 4th ball, they keep coming straight, and it deemed fruitful for Malawi.
Yes, and that brings the end of the spell there for Monica Ndipo. 4 overs, giving 23 runs and getting 3 wickets. These are good contributions from the bowlers. And that brings Farida Ameriki Nyumbi to the crease. We're right at the tail end now of the Tanzania batting. Can Malawi kill them off? And we have a bowling change here at the pond end. Malawi skipper giving herself the ball, trying to ride the wave of the momentum.
You know, you see with Malawi, given the captain gives herself the remaining overs. You know,
swung powerfully on the leg side. Cleanly picked up there by the long on fielder. Beautiful work from Malawi. They're on one.
That was a good throw for me, you know.
Lovely one bounce over the bails.
The new batsman taking her mark. Yes. I wonder what's happening in Sungeni's head right now. Farida Amiri there.
Facing her first ball. She manages to get a single. Good run in between the wickets. Tanzania still looking for every run they can take.
I do tell you, if Malawi keeps going like this, 150 would seem a bit stretched for Tanzania.
Oh, chance at the... Oh, just misses the stumps.
Singeni was not there. She was not there. A little slip there just before the ball came. Luckily we had Monica to back her up there. A big swing, but it was stopped by Monica there at mid-wicket.
Yes, a slight misfield there, allowing the Tanzanian batters to just get through for a single. It's interesting to see here that these Malawian ladies, despite having some tough times on the field, have a big spirit, I believe. I think out of all the teams, between them and Mozambique have shown really big spirit, especially on the field.
You're right about that. And the more wickets they take, the higher the momentum. That is something that you don't see often. Usually when the fielding team is struggling to get wickets, they quiet down a little bit. But with Malawi, it's a different case.
Yes, and I believe with cricket, when you have that shirt on for your country, the minimum that you can give is your best effort. And it's lovely to see that these young ladies at this age want to give it their all.
Two consecutives on the leg. I assure you, Singeni needs to change that, because the batsman is already expecting it there and she's already ready for it to punch it down to the boundary.
Yeah, she'll be looking to get back online with this ball. Oh, that's a big shout again, but I believe there was a slight inside edge there. Umpire shakes his head. That brings the end of the 18th over on 32 for 8.
Look at how fast the shortest player in the team is running. They seem to be very confident right now. Angela Lumbe running as fast as she could, being ready for the batsman.
Yes, I think that's been a feature of Malawi in the field today. They've been rapid quick with their fielding changes at the end of the over. They seem to really want to get the other bowler in as soon as possible, putting these Tanzania batters under pressure. And maybe it does work for them, because Tanzania at one point were looking at a big score, and now 18 overs are gone and 132 on the board. It looked like they'd be looking at something well above the 160 mark at one point, and Malawi have done very well in the second half. Katrina Miliamu coming into the attack here. Last couple of overs here for Malawi. I'm sure their goal will be to try and kill off the Tanzanian batting lineup, so they can walk back to the dugout there with 10 wickets in the bag.
It's definitely rare to see a team taking out the opposition towards the end of the innings, all out. So far in this tournament, I haven't seen that.
I must say, seeing Katerina, like her action, very smooth, nice run up to the crease, and she lets it go with that slight outswing. Good stuff.
Although Tanzania seems to be struggling a little bit with putting the runs on the board, but they seem to be charging though at every ball coming from Malawi.
Yes, they seem to have kept their positive mindset. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. Florence, how would you play that? Just shaped to go out, hit the deck, nip back between bat and pad, and narrowly missing the bail.
That's a surprise ball, if you ask me. It's a surprise ball. If I was the batter in the middle there, the only thing I could have done was block that ball. Those are definitely one of the balls that deserve instant replays, I tell you.
Yeah, we're still seeing the positivity here from the Tanzania batters. With a few balls left, I'm sure now they can afford to chance their arm a little bit, try and get a little bit more on the board.
Agnes really going hard. She's looking for that big shot.
Big swing towards long off. Oh, fielder puts it down. Another missed opportunity there from Malawi.
A good chance that deserved to be taken. It was straight to the fielder. And you can see most of the boundary fielders are straighter to the batter. They're a few inches in, so it could have been fruitful for Malawi there.
Yeah, I'm sure Josephine would be disappointed having put that one down. But she needs to get back up and be ready for the next one. That's all you can do. Big shout there from the Malawians. Probably wondering what the noise was, but it looks like it was off the pad. And they trot around again for the last over. 19 gone, 136 for 8. Yeah, looking at the Tanzanian dugout there, not as energetic as they were earlier in this innings, but now they seem to have calmed down a little bit after the pressure that they've been put under by Malawi.
And the captain decides to replace herself with Alinafi Alfonso.
Yeah, she's bowled 2 overs for 20 so far, but I'm sure with this last over, she'll be looking to bring down that economy rate and restrict Tanzania to less than 145. They'll take, I'm sure.
I definitely did say that 150 will definitely be far-stretched for Tanzania. The way that Malawi came back after the 14th over is definitely commendable.
Yes, if this was a game of 2 halves, you'd say Tanzania definitely winning the first half and Malawi coming back in the second half. This first ball is a dot ball, 5 more balls to go. Tanzania swinging the bat hard, trying to get everything they can.
It's definitely going to be a tough fight for Tanzania if they want to get that 150. Doesn't look like Alfonso is going to give them any extras.
Brilliant, 2 dot balls here to start the over. These are gold right now for Malawi.
Tando was saying that she's on Tanzania's side. and I think if she's seeing how things are slowing down right now, could she change her mind and say otherwise? We got 3 good balls from Alfonso. It would be a nice way to wrap up the innings with a maiden, but we still have 3 more to see if that's exactly what she will do.
Yeah, that's a good question. Wondering if Tando might change her mind now that we've seen how this Tanzania batting lineup goes against when put under pressure. She finally manages to make contact. They decide to go for it again. Chance at the bowlers and just misses the stump. Oh, that's a painful one for the bowler there. Decided to stop it with her foot.
The ball was a bit too fast for her to go down and collect it. But she'll take one for the team, hoping to finish her last 2 deliveries. Let's hope she's not injured. That's a very, very risky place to stop with your foot. The ankle is very, very sensitive to this kind of happenings.
Yes, definitely not advisable. Wouldn't be advising too many young cricketers to take up that tactic. Oh, that's a close shout. Umpire shakes his head. But it's scampered through for a single. Don't know if maybe she got a bit of bet on that. Oh, they managed to scramble in for a second. Slight legs fielding there from Malawi. Monica Ndipo just taking her eye off the ball and then allowing Tanzania an extra run.
And they have to be careful. Backing up is definitely as important as the direct hits. If they already have a single, you got to restrict them not to take the second run by providing a clean backup for your team.
Yes, sir. Alinafa Alfonso there, you can see standing at the top of her mark with her foot in the air. That looks
The
like
weather
that.
the weather is very windy today. Bails are falling off. Umpires' hats are falling off.
Yes, Mr. Patrick Mukumbi there, having to chase after his hat. Very blustery conditions here at the BCA over 1 today.
And that is one thing about Botswana, the unpredictable weather changes. You can never, ever, ever get used to them.
We are driven down the ground. This will be the last delivery. Tanzania running hard. Looks like they'll settle for a couple to finish the 20 overs. At the end of their 20 overs, Tanzania managed to find a total of 141. Finish the innings with 8 wickets down. And what do you think about this total? What do you think Malawi would feel?
I have to say, it is a good comeback that they gave us after the 12th over. Getting 6 wickets in a short span of that time. I tell you, if that's how they started before the first 10 overs, I think the number on the board would definitely not have been possible for Tanzania. The spirits that they have, the morale that they have, is definitely something that is so commendable in the sport of cricket.
Yes, just to give you a brief summary, Tanzania winning the toss, then electing to bat first. Had a slightly sluggish start, but with Rahima taking the top score there with 42 of 44 balls. Second top score there, Agnes, with 22. But after that, we see single-digit scores all the way down the Tanzania batting lineup. With Malawi coming back into the game. We have Katerina taking 2, Sofina taking 3, and Monica taking 3 as well to contribute to the 8 wickets that Malawi took. It'll be an interesting second half. What do you think?
It definitely will be. We'll have to see a comeback from the wounded Malawian from yesterday's game. Although they struggled a bit in the first half of this game, I'm sure that they're going to have a very, very good conversation there in the sports changing room. Let's see if they come back as hard as they did in the second half.
Yes, thank you. We'll be seeing you for the second half soon.
Good morning from Habarone. We said Dumela. It's time for the second innings of the match. The match, Tanzania up against Malawi. Tanzania won the toss, elected to have a bat. They didn't get as many as they would have loved to get, but they did get 142. Mr. Wycliffe Hailey-Jean is 142, enough for Malawi. For Tanzania to defend, can Malawi surprise the nation and get that 142 desired?
I can't say it's enough or less for Malawian ladies. I think the best thing so far, I think what they must do is to stick around, to bet through all the 20 overs. But yeah, Malawi has a higher chance to actually win this match. It will be actually their first win in all the matches which they played. But yeah, we're looking forward for a good game of cricket here.
Fast things up. We are getting started here. Febe Malefula and Chiralil. Ules Chiralil open. Agnes Joseph Owere. Agnes Joseph Kwere opening the bowling from the university end for Tanzania. One ball done and dusted. It's a dot ball. She's full of life. Right in the middle there, Febe Malefula opening the batting with Ules Chirale for Team Malawi. Malawi with one victory. They won the opening day game against Mozambique. They did very well in the first innings. In the air, they run through first runs coming from the bat of Febe Malefula. The scoreboard is ticking. 141 is what they desire now to win. Big swing and a miss from Ules Chirale. Febe Malefula already off the strike. She's got the single. Time for Ules Chiralile to make hay. Wides, a common and a dominant say in this women's game today. Talking about extras, Tanzania got 142, Mr. Wycliffe Hailey, but 42 of those runs were extras. So Tanzania principally scored 100 runs. What would have been a better total to chase for Malawi? But like they say, those are wishes. And they say if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. Not a chance for them. They need 142. They already have some runs on board, 2 to the total. So another 140 runs at 7 runs per over will take them home to a famous second victory in this ICC Under-19 Women's 2020 World Cup Africa Qualifier. One place at stake for 9 nations. But first things first, that is the end of over number 1. The score is 2-0.
Yeah, definitely. I think Malawian ladies, they have a greater chance of taking this match to their second win. Looking at the extras which considered in this first innings, I think it was actually like what Mr. Moses said earlier on. I think actually the pitch, that's why they're saying you can't actually you can't win the toss and then you elect to bat, especially in the BSA 1 wickets. So yeah, I think in the morning I think the pitch was actually contributing more to those extras more. Oh, that's a ball out there. What a good ball there.
First thing up, Sofina. Sonia Chachala Muya getting to ball out. Femi Malefula striking in the first ball of her spell. Tanzania have that little hurdle to celebrate the first wicket. They know they scored 142, not what they wanted, but looks like it will be enough if they keep bowling to their lines.
Yeah, definitely. Tanzania ladies, I think they'll be looking forward to bowl those straight lines, because it has been actually a big thing for them to actually not consider more wide.
Monica Ndipo is in to play at number 3. She was the top scorer yesterday. She starts by giving it a full face. Very big, important player for this Malawi side. She was the only player to get double figures yesterday, Monica Ndipo. She's here to make a feast of it. She finds herself with a mountain to climb. Facing Sonia. Sonia Chachala Muya.
She's actually putting more effort on the ball. You can actually see the ball is actually getting some pace on it, actually rising through the offside. There's another good ball there, straight to mid off. Sorry, to mid on. What a good piece of fielding there.
Nine countries here in Gaborone for a 13-day event. Only one goes to the World Cup in Poch and Benoni next year. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, definitely. I think they will be actually interested in the tour, looking forward to the tour to perform well.
Sonia Muya bowling to Monica Ndipo.
There's another good ball there.
You look at this.
The over.
That is the end of over number 2. That was a wicket maiden over. Scores remain 2-1.
And Agnes Joseph Kwele continues from the dark pool end, bowling her second over to Yules Chiralile.
How do you think this game will pan out? How many runs do you think Malawi can get?
By looking at things, I think oh, that's a good ball there from Kwele. I think with the way a slow start from the Malawian ladies, I think if they get to bet this first power play better well, I think they will manage to get something like 80 runs or so.
Let's see.
They have been played well.
Let's see how your 80 runs do pan out. But if they keep getting extras like what Kwele has done just right now, they will inch ever close to that 80-run target you've set them. It won't give them victory, but it will give them some morale. We saw them yesterday Uganda restricting them to 42.
I think look at it. I think last night they had a bit of a chat with their coach. That was actually a bit long. Looking at what they did with the ball, I think to be actually a good thing. They'll be actually happy working with their heads up. But it was actually a good piece of fielding, good piece of bowling again. Yeah, so see how it goes with the bat. Chance of a run out there. What a good throw from the mid on. Managed to take that one round there.
Chiralile off the mark with a powerful on drive. Powerful shot. She hit it and she set off to straight to the fielder. But Farida Amri Kinyumbi standing at mid-on could only stop it late and send back for throw. Monica Ndipo is off the mark. She guides that one through the onside. It's racing all the way. There is protection at the boundary ropes. She comes through for 2. Her team is applauding.
Yeah, I think if they keep on going on with the same spirit, getting those ones, those twos, I think I'll be actually surprised with the target which I set for them. They can actually go a bit high. But if the Tanzanian ladies keep on going the straight lines, I think it's been actually the straight balls slightly offside. I think it's been a hard thing for these ladies to play that line, especially if the ball is full and straight. This has been what a good shot there, straight to mid on, but no one can get there.
Farida Amri Kinyumba manning that place at mid on, and that is end of over number 3. The score is 6-1. What Tanzania is doing better than Malawi is they're not giving away extras. The battle between East and Central Africa is alive here in Habarone. The East Africans, Tanzania, up against the Central Africans. Malawi yesterday, Rwanda emerging victorious in that battle of East and Central Africa, beating Malawi comprehensively. Sonia is back to Botuchiralile. That's a slight edge of the bat onto it. She asks the umpire, what's happening here, man? Umpire says, please, young girl, take a walk. You sneak that one to the keeper.
Yeah, she's actually asking. I think maybe she didn't feel the ball getting to her bat. I think that's she's actually disappointed. You can actually see by the way she's walking, going back to the dugout. Yeah, I think definitely she has a question for umpire, Mr. Justin Muzungu.
Justin Muzungu has Patrick Makumbi Musoke from Uganda, who does the explaining to the young girl, because as umpires they are acting as mentors. Sometimes they have to help with the fields when the players are too many out of the circle, and they have to chip in and make sure that the game is growing in the right direction. The development of the girls is key at this stage. So a little explaining to her will not hurt anybody. Out Chaliele, in is Stella Charles. Stop in the covers. Good fielding from Kwele. Agnes Joseph. It is Sonia Chachamula. She's bowling beautiful hour swingers. Sonia Chachala Moya. Bowling to Stella Charles.
Yeah, okay. There's another full ball there from Sonia.
Katrina Maliamu. Chingaipe still yet to get off the mark. She's played a number of deliveries, yet to score a run.
Talking of Tanzania ladies, the way they are bowling, not considering the extras, I think now Malawi, they actually need to get out the box, and then they try to play their shots. But by the end of the day, they have nothing to lose. It's actually a learning curve from them through this one tournament. So yeah.
There's a new bowler in the park. Hit over the top. Who wants it? It's not taken. Score is 6-2 after 4.1 overs. Rahima Yaya Kibwana.
I've been so good with the names, huh? Because sometimes I actually not pronounce them very well, but yeah, it seems like you have been doing so well with the names.
Some flight onto that one. Tell you, Monica Ndipo's bat looks like it's already setting it on fire. Already in the building. In your frames there was the team Rwanda. Already in the building. They'll be playing a crack of a match in the afternoon here at the BCA over number 1. Extras. She goes high up in the skies. Another chance to catch. It's not taken. It's a running catch. She's running from point. And well, it tips her fingers, tips and rolls off back to the keeper's region. Chingaipe and Ndipo.
Do you think this missed catches, this missed chance from the Tanzanian ladies? Do you think they'll actually be disappointed in this what a good ball there from Sonia, from Rahima? Do you think the Tanzanian ladies will actually be hurt when they lost the match, considering these three drop catches? What do you think, Mr. Imo?
Certainly yes. Catches win matches. If you don't take the catches, you could lose the match, and then you'll leave the rest of the day ruining a missed opportunity to pick up a famous victory. But we are done with 5 overs here in quick time, and guess what the score is? It is 8 for the loss of 2 wickets. As an umpire, do you sometimes be nervous when you're standing out there, Mr. Wycliffe?
Yeah, definitely. We have to.
I don't trust you if I'm batting. I won't trust you. Affair is supposed to be solid. That's a good moving ball from Sonia. Chachala Muya. Sonia bowling some good swing, and she's being helped by the breeze that is blowing across the pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
The wickets are also playing a little bit slower today because we're playing on brand new wickets. Hit powerfully. Who wants to take off a run? That won't be Ndipo, who sends back Chingaipe. Says, stay in your crease, mate. Don't get me run out. I have a job to do. I enjoy my batting.
I think for now, these two batters, they just have to stay there to bat the whole 20 overs, despite to win or to lose. I think from my side, I think the best advice which I can actually give them is to just stay, since these are the first tournament for them to play, their first matches here in Botswana. I think it's actually a good learning curve for them to explore how you bat, looking, and also learning from the Tanzanian ladies, because I think actually in this game, I think the way they are bowling, they actually outclassed them now at this point. Looking at it, we are in 5 overs. They only scored 8 runs. That actually means a lot to the Malawian side.
Hit high up in the air. That will be taken for sure. Wicket number 3 goes down in the power play. Monica Ndipo goes looking to hit over the top in the covers. She didn't get that off the middle of the bat. Little slice there.
Yeah, she was trying to free her arms now, which was actually going to be a good thing to do, but there was less power in that point, less timing also, which contributed to her downfall there. Trying to put runs on the board for her team. So walking in, the new batter is Alinafe Alfonso.
Wall side. Mr. Wycliffe. Tanzania looks like they got more than enough. Alinafe Alfonso has got work to do.
Yeah, definitely. She has to put some more runs on the board.
Come closer.
Definitely they are dry. The scoreboard is actually dry.
And that is Alinafe Alfonso's first ball. Sonia Chachala Muya finishes her 3rd over. It's a maiden wicket again. Sonia has 3 overs bowled. She's yet to concede a run, and she has 3 wickets. She's on fire, Sonia. And for a change in the comments box, Wycliffe Haley and Innocent Dowla will take a break, and in will come the man from Antigua, but is a Swana, Mr. James Moses, and all the way from Zim, Tando Mulila.
Morning, Jay.
Morning, Tando, my partner in crime. How are you this morning?
I'm good, Jay. Enjoying the weather here in Botswana. We've got the breeze today in the morning. Lovely weather for cricket.
Yeah, it's a very interesting morning. We thought Tanzania was going to run away with it, and Malawi is making a very good fight of the game.
Are there 3 wickets already down in the power play, and the score is only 9. Having to chase a target of 142.
Oh, maybe I was misinformed, Tando. Maybe I was misinformed.
So Kibawa continues from the dark pot end. And it's a swing and miss by Alfonso.
So early on this morning, Tanzania have won the toss and chose to bat, and they managed to mask a total of 41. Malawi is hoping to give that a valid chase, but as we can see, Malawi is already 2 wickets down.
Swing and miss again by the Malawian batter, Alfonso. 7 overs bowled in these innings. The score is 13 for 3. So we're in the last games of the group stages in the tournament of the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup Africa Qualifier in the lovely city of Gaborone in Botswana.
Yes, Tando, there's a change of weather. Today we have a little strong breeze coming from right to left. The first couple of days in the tournament, the heat was a factor. I hope that tomorrow and the rest of the tournament will be similar to this, so the ladies can enjoy themselves.
Simuya coming from the generator end, first ball bowled. It's a dot ball. Play to square leg and they take a single. That's the first run of your bowling, so Nia Muya. Having considering 3 wickets, just 1 run in your 3.3 overs. Brilliant bowling from her, Jay.
Yeah, a lady of my heart, knowing that I'm a bowler also. Very conservative. Yeah, runs per over is important. That ball is a goal in this game.
Brilliant bowling from Sonia Muya there. Quite a decent bowler from Tanzania's team.
Tando, do I ever tell you why I like to commentate with you, Tando?
No, Jay.
Besides your charm, your leadership, and a little bit more accolade that I wouldn't want to say over the year.
Okay. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, your leadership, Tando. You have had me along as a rookie, and I'm really enjoying it. Media, I didn't think media was for me.
I was born a leader.
That's brilliant. We like to hear our sisters.
Most women are born leaders. You know that, isn't it?
I'm okay with that.
A single taken by the Malawian batters there. It was quite a cheeky single. And the over, Sonia Muya, in your 4 overs, taking 3 wickets. Only considering 3 runs in a spell. She's been exceptional. She's on point. 3 wickets, 3 runs.
Yes, Sonia have just finished a brilliant spell there. 3 overs for 3 runs. Sorry, 3 overs for 3 wickets.
3 runs as well. Raima continues from the dark pod end. As you saw the umpire chasing his hat, yeah, it's quite windy here in Botswana today. But I can say I'm really enjoying this weather today. It's so cool, the breeze is so nice.
Yes, Thunder, it's not a typical Haberoni weather, but we will welcome it any day. I wish, as I said, it would continue like this for the rest of the tournament, so we can give the players a little bit more ease. The sun seems to be a factor, or the heat seems to be a factor from the beginning of the tournament for the ladies.
I hope so as well. It's a nice weather for cricket. White ball signal there by the umpire Patrick Mukumbi.
So Tando, a small assessment of the game. What do you think where we are, and you think what is the Malawi mindset going forward, since that they're still not doing too well now, chasing a total of 141? Any advice?
Considering that this is their third actual cricket match they've played, I think they've been improving game by game. Too many positives for them in this tournament, and I hope their association there back home, they're going to keep these girls in the setup for a very long time, try to put them in camps, get them to play as more games as they can, and I'm sure in the next tournament they will come back stronger. And I know if they keep these girls in the same setup, it will be the same team coming back again to play in the tournament, because the eldest in the team being only 16 years, Jay.
Yeah, this tournament is such a positive for the ladies, and in particular Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And this tournament have opened a lot of doors. We appeal to awareness. We always appeal to awareness. I think we have the platform for awareness. I think we need to actually have a roadmap going forward now for these young ladies, as you said. I think that responsibility should rely on each country to continue what we have seen here, and hope that by the next qualifiers we'll have a little better, more competitive games among our ladies.
Exactly, 9 overs bowled in this innings. The score is 18 for 3. We also like to thank Botswana Cricket Association for hosting this tournament. They've done exceptional well, especially the ground staff preparing these pitches for these games to be happening.
Yeah, it was a good condition this morning from a bowling point of view. This has happened to be my home ground, which I play most of my cricket in Botswana. And today in the morning it was very good bowling conditions. The light breeze coming from, as you said, from right to left. And those conditions with a little bit of grass in the wicket really usually helps the bowlers, the ball to move around. And a slow wicket with the ball moving around, it could be a little bit tricky for the batsmen also.
You've mentioned that you've played for many years for Botswana and you're retired now. Are you still part of that setup in the men's team?
Well, we are not sure. My services now, according to Botswana Cricket, is just giving back as much as I can give back. As far as the setup goes, I think that will determine where the Botswana Cricket Association will go with that. But for now, I'm just happy helping out the senior team, in particular the bowlers. I will be working with the juniors in the next couple of days while the senior team is away. And I'm just glad to contribute back to what is making me happy for all these years now.
Yeah, I understand the men's team will be traveling to South Africa in less than a week's time. What have been like the preparations for them going into that tournament?
Well, as you know, yeah, they're going on for I think this is the ACA. I think these are the finals in 2018, just before the COVID. they've managed to go through. Anyway, not managed. They went through in flying colors. Listen, Tando, we can never have too much preparation to a certain extent, but the preparation was okay, if I must say. I hope it's enough. Considering all the things that have been going on, just coming off of COVID, not having enough cricket, trying to get a league going. Yeah, but physically, I think they're ready. Mentally, it all depends on them. And as far as tactically going on, I think we have the players and the attribute.
Okay, so 10 overs bowled in this innings. The score is 21 for 3. So yesterday we saw Botswana losing to Uganda. And now they're out of the tournament. So what does it mean for the women's side, Jay?
Oh, Tando, you're rubbing that in my face. Tando, you're rubbing that in my face. Yeah, it's a learning curve. I'm still proud of those ladies. In fact, I'm very proud of those ladies. Just taking into consideration the team has just been put together less than 3 months.
That's great.
Yeah. As far as going forward is concerned, I hope and I think there's some plans to keep this core of players together, because most of them is just 15 and early 16. So they still have a couple of years together, and let's hope that in the future they can give us something else more to be more proud of them.
Yeah, so I can see we had many positives coming from all the different sides in the tournament, the likes of Sierra Leone, Mozambique, Nigeria, Malawi. It would be nice for ICC Cricket Africa to host such tournaments again in countries like Sierra Leone or Malawi or even Mozambique, just to develop the game of cricket. What do you think, Jay?
Yes, to answer your question, to elaborate, I think in any form of cricket you play, more cricket is always better, and in order for these ladies to be improved, I think they need to play more cricket, and maybe some bilateral tournaments they could organize among the closer teams together to get them prepared for some of these tournaments that is coming up.
That was a brilliant ball there from Sheila Kizito. The score is still on 21. Malawi 3 wickets down already. Wide ball called there by the umpire.
Yeah, but what do you think about the tournament so far, Tan?
I think the tournament has been great so far. The ladies have displayed good cricket, the skills and all. I think they are learning each and every day of the game. The development of cricket happening in Botswana with this tournament being hosted by Botswana. I think it's another big positive for women's cricket in Africa.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a question, Tando. I want you to take the question just as it is. What do you think we have learned from these ladies in this tournament, ICC tournament?
I think these ladies, they came with the spirit of the game, the bonding that they're showing. I'm not taking anything away from them, even if you could tell from the post-match presentation that we had, especially from the losing captains. They are so passionate about the game. Most of these teams, the likes of Malawi, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, they came to learn a few things in this tournament, and I'm sure they've got the positives that they got from the games that they've played so far.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. The passion. One word that we could expand on These ladies, they're so passionate about what they're doing. The body's on the line. Their body's on the line in the field. You can see the skill set is not as much, but the commitment. You can see the commitment in the field. And they shed a few tears. Some of these girls have lost the games, and they've shed a few tears. That to show you, going forward, at least we have that to work with. And once you're passionate about something, yeah, the sky's the limit.
Exactly. I saw the Nigerian ladies crying the other day when they lost to Rwanda. It shows they are passionate about the game. They love their cricket a lot. And now we see the Rwandan team coming into the stadium to watch this game. Remember, they'll be taking on Mozambique in the afternoon game. So, Jay, what do you think of the Rwanda team? Do they have the chance to win this tournament?
I think they are one of the dark horses in the tournament. In particular, from the bowling point of view, it seems like they have the bowlers have a good amount of pace, and not only that, they are very disciplined. I think during the whole tournament, they have given the least amount of extras in sense of wides so far, and who knows? They look like they know what they're doing. Again, I think thanks to the Rwandan Cricket Association that prepared those girls for this tournament.
So having 9 teams in this tournament, only one spot for one team to go through to the World Cup that will be hosted by South Africa earlier next year. Which team is going to go through? We just have to wait and find out who plays in the last 2 games of this tournament.
I would like to tell you who my money is on, but I'm very conflicted between who my money is on and who I want to go through.
Some are saying Uganda, some are saying Tanzania, some are saying Namibia, some are saying Rwanda might pull a shocker here. Who knows? The game of cricket is T20. Anything can happen. It can go either way.
Well, I guess I have to say it. My money is on Namibia, but my heart is with Rwanda. Sorry, guys. Namibia was off to a slow start.
Hopefully, we won't see you crying, Jay, on the last day of this tournament.
Well, I think I've shed my tears early on. Botswana has been hammered out of the tournament, and sitting beside you here is not making it any better. You've been rubbing it in for the last day or so. But don't worry, Tanda, I'll get back at you.
It's okay, Jay. As much as I rub it in, I also comfort you, my friend. You're my friend, you're my buddy.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
White ball, the umpire signals. 12 overs ball, the score is 27 for 3. Kinyumbi continues from the dark pot end. Actually, it's the first over of the innings. A wide signal by the umpire Patrick Munyumbi. Earlier on, Tanzania won the toss and elected to bat first, and they made 141 for 8 in their allocated 20 overs. Another wide signal there by the umpire. Inyumi signal to be getting a line.
So, what do you think Tanzania is trying to do here going forward? It seems like this game is a foregone conclusion. Doesn't appear like Malawi is going to come anywhere close to that quota.
I don't think Malawi will come here close to that total bet. All I know is they're trying to bet their 20 overs.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting two new colleagues. My former captain, Mr. Karabo Maklang, and his beautiful sister, Flora. Welcome, Karabo. Welcome, Flora.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moses. Hi Flo, how are you doing?
Hi Karabo, we seem to be pairing up a lot.
Yeah, looks like Tanzania have picked up their form since we were last on air, and they were losing quite a few wickets earlier in the day.
Yeah, Malawi seems to be struggling a bit, getting those boundaries once in a while. Kind of a slow start for them, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's in the air, and immediately our commentary stint is greeted with a wicket. Malawi losing their fourth wicket, and things are looking dire for them. Of course, after the disappointment of yesterday's game, they'll be looking to try put in a better performance. So far so good from them, but now it looks tough for them to find their win today.
Yeah, it looks very tough. They're not even halfway close to the margin that Tanzania set for them.
Tanzania here looking at securing their spot in the semi-finals. They've been one of the form teams that we have seen this week. Well prepared, looking like a well-drilled outfit.
And the captain, Singeni, joins Alfonso there at the center.
A wicket for Farida here in her first over. Looking to go to the last ball. It's cut through the offside, fielded by the cover fielder into the bowler's end. Direct hit.
You know, that is one thing that I've been noticing about Tanzania. Whether it's at an angle or it's straight from the bowler's end, they are hitting the deck with those direct hits.
Yes, that's something you mentioned earlier, that they're seeming to find the direct hits when the batsman is actually safe in the crease.
Exactly. Singeni to face her first ball.
It's up in the air, cover fielder under it, and safely taken. Another wicket down for Malawi. Looks like the domino effect.
Golden duck for the captain there. Doesn't look quite happy. This could have been a last match to prove the leadership in her. Malawi seems to be losing wickets faster than the deliveries they're getting. But they're still coming in with a little bit of hope to at least complete the 20 overs.
Yeah, disappointing there for Captain Sungeri Kananji. Going after a first ball, trying to maybe catch up with the run rate that they need, but unfortunately hauling out to cover.
And if you look at it, cover is just outside of the 30-yard. She's positioned perfectly for those shots that usually go above them. missing a chance. But now Tanzania did quite well in noticing that, and she got a catch for her team.
Yes, so noticing the field here from Tanzania, they've actually kept all their fielders in the field. That is a good signal in cricket that things are going well for the fielding team. They're on top and being aggressive.
And if you see with Sheila there, she's putting her deliveries right outside off so that they get a chance to like hit it hard.
Okay, mix up here between the batsmen, but unfortunately the fielder just misfields it, allowing the Malawian batters to make it through for a single. There was a chance there for Tanzania. Fielder just fails to pick it up cleanly. The striker had just set off, leaving the vacant strikers in, but unfortunately they couldn't take advantage. Swept there, swept to square leg again, another tight single, and they just make it. Looks like Malawi are trying to grab everything that they can.
We haven't really been seeing an interesting game for the past 2-3 games so far. You know, it's always nice to see the teams neck and neck, not knowing which one is going to take it for the win. And we haven't been seeing that much lately. We're seeing a lot of dominance here from most of the teams that bat first here on the A field. A lot of dominance first, and a disappointing loss for the losers here.
Yes, that was the end of the 14th over, and the score was 36 for 5. Yes, you're right. Quite a lot of the games that we've watched this week have actually been fairly one-sided. But I'm hoping with the big semi-finals coming in, there's a few teams that seem to be on quite a similar level. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out and seeing that competition and seeing that those tight games that we've come to know from T20 cricket.
36.
Hamisi Ushanga with the left arm orthodox through and around to the umpire.
It's nothing frustrating as the bowler watching the action and the run-up coming in from a weird angle that you're not used to.
It's played into the leg side there smartly by Mercy Kudimba. Manages to get herself to the non-striker's end and pass the baton on to her batting partner. It's an interesting action we have here from Hamisi Ushanga. It's a bit all arms, all legs. She seems to be getting a slight bit of turn, not a lot of turn I would expect on this new wicket that's being used today.
Definitely, it's new, it hasn't been damaged anyhow. And the ball keeps low.
It's up in the air onto the vacant mid-wicket region. Running harder than Malawians. Coming back for 2. Big arm to the bowler's end and safe. It's been impressive seeing some of the arms from the deep from these young ladies.
And you can definitely know that the person who's throwing the ball is definitely going hard when you see the bowler moving away from the stumps, knowing that I'm going to get it at a later age.
Yeah, that came in quite hot.
Deep mid-wicket, working over time. See, most of these shots here, sweepers and the pulls, are being hit a lot.
Yes, just going back to the point about this new wicket. As I said, it's not really turning that much. It'll be interesting to see as we get into the latter stages that we're going to go back to the wicket that was originally used, and we had seen it just start to take some turn. And I wonder if spin is going to come into play in that latter part of the tournament.
After 14. And it's up in the air. And an easy wicket for Tanzania there. An easy catch for Josephine Oleg Shrima. I have to say, Tanzania not even celebrating that much unless it was a tight game and they were taking out one of the most needed wicket.
Yes, now Malawi body language ain't so great at the moment. Of course, they're not in the best position in the game. I wish with their batting they could come out with the energy that they were showing on the field. I think that was one of the great things that I saw about them.
The energy is definitely plunging down, and you can already see, even when Sungeni, the captain, walked out from a golden duck, that gave a little bit of discouragement to her teammates.
Linda Eli Zienda at the crease now for Malawi. I'm sure she'll be looking to spend some time out there in the middle. Try and enjoy it in these tough moments. Oh, and she loses a wicket as well, swinging across the line and gets bowled.
And it looks like Tanzania is looking to wrap things up towards the end of the innings.
Yes, Malawi finding it tough going here. Even though they did well earlier in the day to restrict this Tanzania batting lineup to a decent total of 141, which did look like it would be much larger earlier in the innings. But now, with the batting, they haven't quite found the groove that they found in the second half of their bowling.
You're definitely right about that. And one of the most shots here is the sweep or the pull shot. But from this angle, from the generator's end, the leg side seems to be a bit longer than when they're coming from the scorer's end. So they're looking to get more boundaries from the shorter end than the leg end.
Kizito here with 3 wickets in a spell of 3.5 overs. Probably looking to grab a fourth and maybe a fifth and try and get closer to wrapping this up with Tanzania. You know, it's an interesting action she's got. I'm trying to figure out, since the ball is not really turning that much, can't really make out if she's trying to turn it away or into the batsman. But just from that last delivery, I think she's trying to give it a bit of a leggy, take it away from the batter. It's in the air, just beats the fielder.
You know, something about Tanzania, opportunities given, opportunities taken, and that is something we have been seeing very well. Although they're wrapping it up, they don't seem to be losing any energy at all.
Yeah, it's quite a windy day today. Unlike yesterday where we were sweltering in the heat, today the wind has picked up and the temperatures all of a sudden dropped. We've had a couple of disturbances with the bails flying off, umpires' hats flying off. Botswana is being funny.
At least when the hats fall off from the umpires, it's a little exercise to them. They're always standing still. At least they get a chance to move their legs a little bit.
Yeah, let them exercise a little bit. Chasing after a hat, that will do them for the day.
I have to say though, I did expect this game to be done by now. They were taking quite a few wickets. When Malawi only had 16 runs and they had 3 wickets gone, I thought it was going to be quite fast.
Yeah, but from what we've seen with Malawi, they do have that little bit of fighting spirit in them. I'm sure these young ladies will grow to develop very well. I know my ex-coach or our ex-coach Arjun Menon is out there in Malawi working very hard, and he has given a warning. He has given a warning. He said, you watch these girls in 2-3 years with the national team.
You're definitely right. And most of these young girls, you see them in the senior team. So they gain a lot of experience. And when they come back as an under 19, they do quite well.
Slight mix up there, but no harm done. The fielder just fumbled it a little bit.
Hamisi given chances, but Tanzania not making much of them. You know, the spinners for Tanzania, they seem to have a lot of flight and bringing the ball closer to the batsman.
Yes, and the one thing I've noticed, they don't really give a lot of extras. They seem to be on the button, forcing the batsmen to play, making them work hard for their runs. But yes, the flight is a feature and could be quite a telling feature on a windy day like this.
So athletic, these Tanzanian players.
Yes, and that brings the end of the 17th over. Malawi 141 for 7. 42 for 7, sorry.
Only one run in that over. I have to tell you, Hamisi is definitely doing her job in restricting Malawi those golden opportunities.
So we have a bowling change from the generator and another left arm through and around bowler.
I tell you, Saumu definitely wants to finish this, taking any chance that she can get.
Yes, Josephine Shirima coming into the attack here, trying to see if she can wrap things up for her country. Yes, continuing the theme that we've seen from the Tanzanian spinner so far, a bit of flight and quite accurate, testing the batsmen, challenging them to see if their defenses are right.
You know, I haven't seen any batter going to the ball, especially with a flight this high.
Yes, what's been impressive for me this week is seeing so many young ladies ready to put their bodies behind the ball. I think that's been a feature that I've enjoyed watching. I think fielding is a part of cricket that you want to see maximum effort. That's where you get the best results as a team. That's where you create some chances. And to see these young ladies who you'd think, maybe they might be a little scared of a hard cricket ball, but no, none of that. They're getting right behind it and taking the blows.
You're definitely right. We've seen a lot of injuries, but you see the players shrugging them off and going back into action. That shows the level of commitment they have. A little slower delivery there.
Looks like she's trying to attempt doing something, but she's very happy to just defend it, and maybe the plan now is to play out the 20 overs.
That's mostly the plan for when you're chasing a bigger score, and you're definitely not doing much to get to it. But you can see that Tanzania, they really think things through. I've been seeing in most of the games when the power play is done, the first power play, they usually tend to open up the field, even if the team in the middle is not threatening them a lot. But with Tanzania, you can see that they've kept the key players inside and only taking one outside of the boundary on the leg side, because that's where they seem to be playing a lot. It's a great understanding there from the captain.
And I believe she's just been bowled. Sungeni Kananji. Oh, sorry, that's Hamisi Ushanga with the left arm spin, taking the wickets. And unfortunately for Malawi, another walk back to the dugout.
You know, yesterday we had a mix-up for Malawi. They brought in a sub because of the retired hurt batter that came through, and it was a good notice from the captain of the opposition team to send her back, saying, wait, this person is not on the list and we do not want her in the center.
Yes, Malawi now reeling here at 43 for 8. Angela Lumbe coming to the crease. Gonna try her luck at facing these Tanzanian spinners.
The batter seems to be ready, stretching her arms out a little bit.
This is good flight, good turn. Starting to see a little bit of grip now from the spinners.
Ooh. The batter not knowing what to do with that. It came straight to her, but she thought it was going to go a bit out.
Yes, Sofina Chinawa just putting her bat down very late on that one.
You can see now the spinner seems to have added a little bit of height than her previous over, and it's a bit slower now. And you said that now they're trying to make the chances.
Attempted sweep shot there, unfortunately doesn't make contact. The wraps on the pad. Looking at Tanzania here, I'm sure they will walk away from this game feeling like they could have done a bit better with their bat today. They probably wouldn't have. It wasn't ideal for them to have had so many wickets fall, and that's something that going into the bigger games later on in the tournament, they'd be looking to clean up, because maybe against slightly better opposition than Malawi, they'll find it difficult to come back from there.
I am very, 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 very pleased with Ushanga's line when she's batting. It's definitely spot on, and she's hitting only one area closer to the batter's pad there. It's really, really looking good for Tanzania here.
Yes, after the 19th, 43 for 8, 1 over to go. I'm sure Tanzania, if they would like to keep their standards up, will really make a big push at trying to get these last 2 wickets.
Ain't nothing better than taking a team all out. It shows how good the bowlers are.
Yes, I'm sure as a fielding unit, as a bowling unit, it brings you great satisfaction to be able to bowl a team out within those 20 overs. And Josephine Chirima here, looking to wrap things up for Tanzania. And she manages to get a wicket.
And with only 1 wicket remaining, I am definitely telling you, if she repeats that ball again, it will be of great praise to Tanzania.
Yeah, she manages to get her number 4 counterpart out. Maybe it was personal for her. She says only number 4 allowed on this field.
And only one is allowed to shine.
Alright, things winding down here at the BCA 1 Oval. Tanzania winning the toss this morning, putting 141 on the board. Valiant effort from Malawi. That 141 did look like it would be 160s plus, but some good bowling there from Namibia, from Malawi, seeing the score restricted. Unfortunately for Malawi, they couldn't quite get their chase going. Overpowered here by very good attacking lines and lengths and great fielding from the Tanzanians.
And in at the last wicket is Stella Charles. I really wonder though, as the batters are walking out there, when they greet each other, do they actually tell them what's actually happening in the center there? How the bowlers are bowling, how patiently should they wait for the ball?
Oh, that's a close one, and it's given by the umpire. And that's the last wicket for Malawi, for Malawi's batters. They've been bowled out here by Tanzania. In the end, what has turned out to be an accomplished performance.
Tanzania bowling Malawi all out. I tell you, they're quite happy. And winning all of their games is something that they're definitely content with. And that wraps up our game for Tanzania and Malawi.
Yes, as I just said early on today, Tanzania winning the toss and electing to bat, managing to put 141 on the board. And Malawi in their chase here with a high score of 11, only one batter managing to get double figures. That's Ali Nafe Alfonso with the high score of 11. She did manage to stay out there for a little while, 32 deliveries she had faced. But in the end, the Tanzanian bowling proving to be too powerful for the Malawians. Sonia Muya managing to grab 3 wickets. Sheila Kizito also managing to grab 3 wickets. And contributions from Kinyumbi, Ushanga and Josephine Shirima right there at the end to clean up the act. And now looking forward, not much left for Tanzania except looking forward at those semi-finals and trying to book their spot in the ICC Under-19 World Cup Women's. And thank you very much for tuning in today, and see you again for the afternoon match.
Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the post presentation for the match number 13 between Tanzania and Malawi. Tanzania winning the toss, choosing to bat first. They managed to put a score of 141, and we have a top score from Tanzania. We have Rahia Yaya Kibawa scoring 42 runs of 44 balls, and we have Agnes Kwele managed to score 22 runs of 27 balls. In this moment, I would like to call the losing captain for Malawi. Yeah, I'd like it for your games, but we were pretty happy about where you played. So take us through from yesterday's play with the same spirit which you were playing today. I see there's a much bit of improvement from your bowling. So can you please take us through with the way you're bowling today?
Yeah, we did prepared well from yesterday's game. Yeah, we did prepared well so that today's game we would have done good, and we have done our best to believe that. Yeah, and we're not worried a lot.
Yeah, sure. Take us through from your lessons, the lessons you take from this whole tournament, because we believe this is the first tournament for you guys, and actually the first match is playing here in Botswana. So please take us through from what you learned from this whole tournament.
From the others team, right?
No, as a team, you as a team, and your partners there. What lesson did you take from all these games which you have played, all 4 games?
Okay, we have so many lessons that we have learned. We have learned through them, batting, straight bat, and we have read good bowling as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was the captain from Malawi. I'd like to call the winning captain from Tanzania. Yeah, so well done for all your matches. You win all your group stage matches. So I have a few questions for you. Since you have won all the games in the match, what are the expectations now since you are going to the semi-finals? Are you going to stay with the same squad, or there are some bit of a changes in your team going forward on to the semi-finals?
Kiswahili anasema hii timu mpaka sasa hivi ishafika pale kwenye semi-final. Je, utaendelea na timu hiyo hiyo au ndio hii? Lakini leo tulibadilisha timu. Sasa unasema leo tulibadilisha timu na tumeona wachezaji. Semi-final hiyo siku tutaiona. Sisi tunachukua kila siku kama hivi. Sema.
Kwanza tunamshukuru Mungu kwa kushinda game ya leo na kuingia nusu finali. Ilikuwa tunategemea tuingie nusu finali na tufike mbali. Tulipoingia na timu ya Malawi hatukuidharau, maana wote tulikuwa tunagombania kitu kimoja. Kwa hiyo tunategemea kushinda hadi mbele. Na kila mtu anajua kucheza. Kwa sababu mechi iliyopita tulikuwa na watu wengine na leo tumebadilisha watu wengine, lakini kila mtu anajua kucheza.
She said that she thanks God first of all that they won today, and they are expecting that they take each game seriously. And today even when they played against Malawi, they changed the side, and they expect in the semi-finals even to do better. And since they have tried all the players, they will choose the best players for the semi-finals. But they have still one more game to play against Rwanda, and that even they want to take it seriously.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was the winning captain from Tanzania. I would like to call Mr. Aino Chabi, the Third Empire, for today to present the Man of the Match award. And that Man of the Match goes to, we decided to choose a bowler, which are these figures of 3 wickets, 25 runs from 4 overs. And that will be Sonia from Tanzania. before you go, Sonia, take us through your bowling spell. What was the spirit behind these guys both wicket? Actually, yeah, the dugout, these guys, they were cheering for you. So take us through from your bowling spell.
Sorry, what was it?
Okay, so
Wewe leo umefanya bowling vizuri. Ilikuwaje? Umeionaje game ya leo?
Kwangu mimi nilipoona nilijiamini na kurusha bowling yangu spot. Ndio hivyo ni
Okay, she says that she believed that she could do better today, and so that's what she did.
Okay, sure. So, what are we expecting from the semi-finals? Are we going to get the more wickets like what you did today?
Anasemaje mategemeo yako ya semi-final ikoje? Je, utapata wickets zaidi kama ilivyo? Lakini kwanza upate kazi, au sio?
kwangu mimi nilichoona ita improvement of the bowling for the final.
Okay, so she answered it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. That was Sonia, man of the match today. Yeah, thank you, Sonia. That was the man of the match for today. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.